This is Dr. Bahir Fuad, and we are continuing with the subject of the righteous Khalif al-Khulafa al-Rashidin. And this is part 2, talking about Umar ibn al-Khattab. May Allah be pleased with him. Umar was an enemy to the Muslims before he accepted Islam. He was a young man, 19 years old, when revelation came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was upset because Islam caused divisions in Quraysh, and Muslims and non-Muslims were fighting each other. He heard that his sister and her husband accepted Islam, so he went to their home, and as he approached, he heard a recitation. He entered the house and, being very angry, hit his sister and her husband, felt sorry for what he did, and asked her to show him what they were reading. And she gave him the opening verses of Surah Taha, chapter 20 in the Quran. طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما بينهما وما تحت الثرى وإن تجهر بالقول فإنه يعلم السر وأخفى الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى. As he heard these verses, his heart became soft, and he went to Prophet Muhammad and accepted Islam. And he did not hide his Islam, rather he declared it, and he went to the Kaaba and declared his Islam there. He was harsh, severe in temperament. People feared him, so no one bothered to fight him. Muslims, after Umar accepted Islam, declared their Islam, and they were able to pray in the Kaaba. Now, he had strong faith, asked the Prophet ﷺ many questions, and became a close advisor to Prophet Muhammad, who trusted him and trusted Abou Bakr and sought their counsel many times. And I'll give some examples. After the Battle of Badr, when the Muslims gained victory from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they had 70 prisoners, the Prophet ﷺ asked his two closest companions, Abou Bakr and Omar, what to do with the prisoners of war. Abou Bakr said, they are related to you, take ransom from them, it will help us, and may Allah guide their hearts to Islam. Omar said, no, kill them, they are enemies. If you don't kill them, they will come back to haunt us. The Prophet ﷺ, after thinking, took ransom, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a verse في Surah Al-Anfal, stating that the Prophet's choice was wrong. ما كان لنبي أن يكون له أسرى حتى يثخن في الأرض تريدون عرض الدنيا والله يريد الآخرة والله عزيز حكيم. It is not fit for a prophet to take ransom from prisoners of war. You are looking for the material things in life, while Allah wants you to have the hereafter. If it was not for a book ordained by Allah, you would have received grave punishment. The hypocrites in Medina caused a lot of damage and harm to the Muslims and caused divisions within the ranks, Umar wanted the Prophet to allow him and other Muslims to kill the hypocrites. However, Prophet Muhammad said, "No, I will not do that. I don't want people to say that Muhammad is killing his companions." He patiently persevered until the true nature of the hypocrites became apparent. Umar used to drink alcohol when he became in Jahiliyyah, before he became a Muslim, and after he accepted Islam, wanted Allah to make it unlawful, and Allah did forbid alcohol, but it came in several stages until the final prohibition came in Surah Al-Ma'idah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون. Verses 90 and 91, Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5 in the Quran. Umar advised the Prophet to ask his wives to put hijab, a partition, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a verse in Surah Al-Ahzab, وَإِذَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُنَّ مَتَاعًا فَاسْأَلُوهُنَّ مِنْ وَرَاءِ حِجَابٍ ذَلِكُمْ أَطْهَرُ لِقُلُوبِكُمْ وَقُلُوبِهِنَّ. When you ask them for something, ask them from behind a partition. This is better for your hearts and their hearts. Umar said, should we not take the station of Abraham as a place to pray in the Kaaba? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2 of the Quran, فَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. Prophet Muhammad said, Wallahu A'lam, if Allah wanted to send a prophet after me, he would have sent Umar, but there are no prophets to come after me. And allegedly he said, if Satan saw you coming in one side of the street, he would go to the other side to avoid you. Umar had strong faith, but he was always fearful of Allah and his accountability to Allah. He said, if a cow would stumble in Iraq, I would be afraid that Allah would ask me why you did not make the road easy for that cow, O Umar. He used to go at night, look after people, find out how they are living. If they needed help, he would help them in a way that they did not know who was helping them. He reigned for 10 years, and during his reign, Persia was opened, Syria and Iraq was opened. He fought both the Persian and the Roman Empire because they attacked and killed his emissaries, and they prevented Muslims from practicing their Islam, and he wanted people to invite people to Islam without forcing them. And Egypt was opened at his time. His character, he was strong in faith, did not fear blame from anyone. He was very just. He cared about Muslims. He organized the Muslim state. He spoke the truth, not fearful of blame. Despite his strong character, he was very tender-hearted when he heard the Quran. He wanted to shoulder his responsibility and understood his accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He shied away from the material things in this life. His death, he was killed by a Persian called Abu Lu'lu'a. The Persians hated Omar because he destroyed their empire. Abu Lu'lu'a came and stabbed Omar during the Fajr prayer in the mosque, and he died 3 days after this. Now, he advised the Muslims to elect a leader because he knew he was dying, and he suggested 6 people that they choose from amongst them. They were Uthman, Ali, Talha, Az-Zubair, Ibn Auf, and Sa'd. And he gave them 3 days to make their decision and choose a Khalifa from amongst them, and they did choose Uthman ibn Affan. So to summarize, Umar was very strong in faith, just stated the truth, not fearful of blame, understood his accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He became the second Khalif after Abou Bakr, and during his reign, Iraq, Syria, Persia, and Egypt was opened, and there are many lessons to learn from the Seerah, the life story of Umar ibn al-Khattab. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه وادعوه إنه سميع قريب مجيب الدعاء. If you feel that this information was useful, please let others know about it in order to spread useful information. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.